Well, I guess it had to happen. I woke up on Saturday morning to a sea of yellow dollar signs. The demonetization bot had paid me a visit in my sleep. So if you've been following this latest iteration of YouTube, you would know that various channels started reporting mass demonetizations around the middle of August. Now, I haven't done an exact accounting, but it looks like about 40 to 45% of my videos were given the yellow dollar sign. Now, it should be noted that demonetization may be the wrong word here, because if you click on the little yellow dollar sign, it tells you that your video has limited or no ads. Now, of course, it would be nice to know if you're getting some or none, but you can find out in other ways by going to your analytics and checking individual videos to see if they're earning any money. But I don't think I'll know what the true effect is until some time has passed, maybe not until the end of the month. You see, the state of play after the adpocalypse kicked in was reasonably straightforward. Basically, after a nightmarish April, I got used to earning approximately half what I earned pre-adpocalypse. Unfortunately, over the last 5 months, I've roughly doubled my view counts and watch minutes to make up for it. The percentage decreases shown here represent the decline in revenue per 1,000 watch minutes compared to March, the last month before the adpocalypse. So if these latest changes are having an adverse effect, I should be able to tell in a couple of weeks, as you would expect the revenue per 1,000 watch minutes to tumble for the month of September. Now, there are a couple of problems with this new system. The application of the limited or no ad state comes across as inconsistent. For example, it appears that it's okay if superannuation is sexist, but not student loans. These two videos came out within a week of each other and essentially say the exact same thing. Melbourne Council's cancelling Australia Day celebrations. Also, there seems to be a presumption of guilt, that videos start off with a yellow dollar sign pretty much as soon as they're uploaded. So yesterday I uploaded my first video since the demonetization. Now, I don't make my videos public straight away. I always upload them to private mode so I can add the end screen links to other videos, Patreon, and a subscribe button. I also create a thumbnail, and sometimes I add cards that pop up during the video that link to other relevant videos. And so yesterday, in the 5 to 10 minutes while I was performing those tasks, my video went from monetized, or a green dollar sign, to the limited or no ad state with a yellow dollar sign. So shortly after I made the video public at 3:18 in the afternoon, I submitted a request for a review, and sometime between 8 and 8:30 that night, the request was accepted and the video was remonetized with a green dollar sign. The problem is, of course, that it was in the limited or no ad state at the exact time it was getting the most views. So for approximately 5 hours, the video was getting limited or no ads, which amounted to about 5,000 views. Now, I took this snapshot just after midday on Sunday, so I would expect, based on its trajectory, that this video will probably top out around 12,000 views in the next few days, meaning that approximately 40% of the views were in the limited or no ad state. And of course, the longer the review process takes, the more limited or no ad views the video will get. And I have no idea if the 5-hour turnaround is considered fast or slow. Now, YouTube did put out a video explaining the new system and address this problem of videos being in limited state during your peak traffic time. One of the things they recommend was to upload the video initially in the unlisted state, private would do the same, and check whether it was eligible for monetization.
Next question. All my traffic happens in the first day or two. If I publish, I get a bunch of traffic, then I see the yellow icon, then I appeal, and then if my appeal is approved, by the time that happens, like, a lot of my monetizable traffic is already consumed. So if that's a concern, you can always start by publishing a new video as unlisted. The classifiers will run and if there are any issues, we'll identify most of them in the first day. And then, assuming everything's fine, you can then flip it to public and then get all your traffic and have it as eligible for ads as possible. You know, it doesn't guarantee that there won't be other issues that pop up in the future, but generally I think that's a good best practice if you're concerned about this.
Now, that all sounds okay, but if after uploading you have a yellow dollar sign and you'd like to get it reviewed before you publish, this happens. Right now, we're only able to review videos with at least 1,000 views in the past 7 days. We'll review your video when it reaches that threshold and give you a final decision, usually within a week. So obviously you can't get it reviewed unless you make it public and it gets at least 1,000 views, which will cut into your peak traffic time. So as I said, I'm not sure what effect this will have yet. We'll have to wait and see. However, I suspect it's not going to result in more revenue for creators that address quote-unquote controversial or sensitive topics. So what to do about it? Well, that's where the fan funding comes in. I think it's been obvious for a while that to put all your eggs in one basket and rely on YouTube revenue is quite foolish, and over the last year or so I've had some success in diversifying away from YouTube with a growing Patreon, a merchandise shop, PayPal donations, and more recently some people have started to donate over at Minds. That said, the majority of my revenue still comes from YouTube, approximately 2/3, but given the ever-changing landscape at YouTube, it makes sense to become less reliant on it. And attracting more patrons and donations is on me. I have to continue to create content that people want to see, and regardless of what YouTube does, I'm going to continue to do that as best I can. Now, last month I did away with most of the rewards on Patreon, even though Patreon tells creators if you have rewards, you'll get more patrons. I'm not sure if that's correlation or causation. So although the vast majority of you said you didn't care too much about rewards, I'm thinking of bringing in at least one more tier. Perhaps premium content, but not necessarily in the form of videos, which are extremely time consuming, but I might start to write a bit more. Not quite sure yet. If you have any ideas about rewards that you'd like to see, I'm open to any suggestions. And also, I want to announce that I'll be having the first giveaway contest this month. So the prize will be a t-shirt. There'll be a couple of choices to choose from, and here are the basic rules. On Saturday, September 24th, during my Under the Radar video, I'll play this sound. Oh, Jesus! And if you can guess the exact time or closest to the exact time that phrase plays, then you will be the winner. Now, of course, you don't know how long the video is going to be, so for simplicity's sake, you must limit your guess between 1 second and 10 minutes, 0 seconds, and I'll guarantee the video will at least be 10 minutes long. And all you have to do to participate is be a patron on Patreon, or if you send a wire via Minds, or if you donate via PayPal. I'll put a post on Patreon where you can make a guess and another over at Minds, and if you decide via PayPal you want to participate, just send me a message via YouTube and include your PayPal ID. I'll clarify the rules and the t-shirts that'll be up for grabs in a video later this week, and if it turns out to be a complete flop, well, I'll just scrap it and come up with something else. So that's what's going on with YouTube at the moment. I just wanted to say a special thank you to all those that donate. Every dollar is very much appreciated, and I'll see you next time.